Hello, today we're going to create a Nearpod presentation using the Nearpod website. Let's get started. First, if you haven't created an account with Nearpod, that's the first thing you'll want to do. Go ahead and hit create account and it'll walk you through a few steps. If you've already created an account, then you'll want to go to login up here in the top right hand corner. Once you log in, you gain access to all the Nearpod creation tools as well as support resources. Before we create our presentation, I want to give you just a brief overview of some of the tools that you'll find on this page. Create is the tool that we're going to use today, and that's where you'll go to create any presentation. Assess will let you run a report of all the submitted answers from a presentation. So for example, if I did an in-class assignment with Nearpod and I wanted to gather all of the student answers to a quiz and maybe a drawing or something else that they created, if I use the assess option, I can download all of those files. Next, we have the Nearpod webinars. So almost every week they have different webinars that you can attend, and these are all free. They're going to give you the basics of using Nearpod and let you ask any questions that you might have. I like that they divided it up into basics and advanced concepts. There's also some support elements down here. There's this support community, and then you can also ask your question if you have one. And if you scroll up, there's an option to leave feedback or a question. And there's also 3 different guides that you can download. The start guide I found really helpful. It goes step by step through the presentation tools that we're going to cover today. And last but not least, my favorite feature of this page is the featured NPPs. The featured NPPs are different Nearpod presentations created from educators all around the world, and they're all free. And something I thought was really neat is you can download them and you can tailor them to your own lesson. So if you want to add or take away content, that's certainly something that you can do. Let's go ahead and create our presentation. So to do so, we'll click on the Create button. And we'll come down to the New Presentation button. Now with Nearpod, you have 2 different options. You can create a presentation from scratch, which is what we'll do today, or if you have an existing PowerPoint or Keynote presentation that you'd like to use, you'll want to first convert it to a PDF, then you can upload those slides into a Nearpod presentation. But today we'll start from scratch. So first thing we'll do is we'll want to name our presentation. And give it a short description. Once I've titled my presentation and given it a description, I'll add my first slide. Now, one thing you should know about the slide and interactive features is that for your first slide, it does have to be a static or non-interactive slide. So what you'll want to do is choose the slide option for this. This is a great place to put your introduction image, or if you want to put a short note to students about what you'll be covering today, like your lesson objectives or something like that. I'd recommend putting it here. So to do that, we're going to click on Slide, and we'll find the file on our computer. And once you've uploaded the slide, it'll appear down here. Next, we're going to add a short poll to find out what the class likes for their ice cream flavors. So we'll click on Add, and then we'll select Poll. First, you'll want to ask a question. And anytime you see this gear option here, there are different settings that you can choose from. Something that's particularly handy is the ability to add a reference image. So if you wanted to find out if the class knew a landmark or a word or anything like that, you can add a picture and quiz them on that. You can also let them select more than one option as well. Here we'll add our answers. And to add another answer, we'll just click Add Answer. And if you'd like to have a fill in the blank option, simply add an answer and click on the gear next to it. And you can say this answer option will be blank and participants will type in their answer. And another nice feature is that you can actually require students to write a paragraph of text. In this option right here, this answer requires more than one line of text is what you would choose. And when finished, you'll hit the Save button, and your slide will be created here. Now I want to make sure that my poll comes after my introductory slide, so I'm just going to simply click and drag to move it around. Next, I'd like to show you how to add a video. Now, one thing to bear in mind with the video files, they do have to be videos that live on your computer. So you can create a video using Camtasia or any other type of program. Or if you'd like to, you can download a video from somewhere like YouTube. There's a great website called KeepVid that will let you download a YouTube video. Bear in mind that you'll want to give the creator credit, but this is an option for embedding videos into your presentation. So we'll click on Add, scroll down to Video, and choose Find the File on your computer. And I'll choose this video here. Now, video files can take a few minutes to upload, but the nice thing is you can actually continue to work on your presentation while they upload. So down here in the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see that it's processing 2 videos that I have uploaded. Now we'll add a drawing component to our presentation. So if I scroll down to draw it, I have 2 options. I can tell my students to draw on a blank canvas, or I can have them draw on a background image. The background image is really great if you wanted to have students practice conjugating a verb, label somewhere on a map, draw a diagram, anything like that, that having a template would be helpful. And I actually created a little bowl for students to draw their favorite ice cream sundae into. So that's what I'm going to upload. And I'll choose background image and find a file. We'll add a few more slides to our presentation by clicking the Add button. Now, one thing you should know, slideshow and the Browse the Internet option are only available with the upgraded version of this site, so not something that works right now, but if you do upgrade, you can get those 2 features. So last but not least, let's practice adding a quiz to our presentation. So the difference between a quiz and a poll or a Q&A is that the quiz lets students progress at their own pace, and you can have several questions sort of bundled into one slide. So we'll ask our students, do you know about ice cream? And to add another answer, we'll click here. Now with a quiz, you'll want to set up a correct answer. So to select the correct answer, you'll hit the check mark and it'll turn green. You do also have the option to make more than one answer correct. So to do that, we'll click on the gear next to our question. And we can say there is more than one correct answer for this question. Again, we can also add a reference image if we want to quiz students on their knowledge of a particular place or anything like that. And you can also require that students type in an answer. So we'll require students to type in their answer on the next question. And we'll click on our gear. And we'll say this question requires participants to type in the answer. And we can have a correct answer here if we'd like to, but I'm going to say that there's more than one correct answer. So for this question type, one thing you want to do is make sure you select the option for students to type a manual answer into the answer field. So what I'll do is I'll click on the gear next to the answer and say this is manual entry answer, and hit close, and then save. Great, you're on your way to creating Nearpod presentations. There's a few more things that I want to show you how to do in order to actually use the presentation in class. So once done, you'll hit the done button here in the bottom right hand corner. And you'll notice that I got a message here that the presentation was not saved. This is because my videos haven't finished uploading. So I'm actually going to go ahead and bypass this presentation, and I'll show you how to publish a different presentation. So this is what your screen should look like once you have your videos done uploading. So to share a presentation, I'll simply click on the presentation and then hit the upload button in the top right hand corner. Once your presentation is uploaded, you'll see it in the Nearpod app, and then you'll be able to share it with students.